wanted to show everybody one of my new recipes that I was just in the mood for something kind of like takeout, but I didn't want to get takeout. So I thought I'd try this beef and broccoli recipe. This is a big favorite with our family from the Chinese place. So we're gonna try it at home and do a little bit fresher ingredients, and it's gonna be a whole lot cheaper than taking the 4 of us out or ordering 4 separate meals. So what I've done, I went ahead and this is a flank steak, and I actually decided to double it because why not? With 2 teenagers in the house, we like to double or sometimes even triple recipes. I like to have leftovers. I don't want to cook every single night, and I like to have a hot lunch sometimes. So I thought this would really fit the bill. So I have preheated some oil, and I used just canola oil for this. And this is a flank steak, and I cut it really thin across the grain. So it's almost 4 pounds of steak. So this is a lot. And then it's just a really simple marinade. It is beef broth, which I had homemade bone broth out of beef bones. So I actually have homemade beef broth in here. Soy sauce, I used the low sodium soy sauce, and then some ginger. I didn't have fresh ginger, so I just used ground ginger, and then also brown sugar and fresh garlic. So fresh garlic is the key. We love fresh garlic. So we're gonna saute some chopped onion. This is everything I doubled. So this is 2 onions, and we're gonna do it we're gonna do the meat in the quick cooker. So this is 2 kind of medium onions. I'm doubling everything. So we're just gonna saute these until they get to be translucent. So we're on the sear setting. So this won't take but just a minute. So I've got the oil nice and hot. So those are actually cooking really quick. So let's see if I can get it a little closer so y'all can see. Let's see if y'all can get y'all a little bit closer. Maybe not. Okay. So anyway, I'll have to show you in just a second. So so those are cooking up really quick, and then I'm going to really carefully put all of this meat in here. It's going to be 4 pounds, and super easy. Okay, so to kind of thicken it, we're going to do a little cornstarch after the meat is cooked, but it's really important not to put the cornstarch in before, because that will absorb too much of the liquid, because we need the liquid in here for the pressure cooker. So if y'all haven't seen the quick cooker yet, this is Pampered Chef's brand new pressure cooker, and I am in love with it. It is awesome. I can put my dinner in here and just leave it. I can go ahead and finish up the dishes. I can go take a shower. I can sit down and read a book. So it's just great. You throw everything in here. And this one, this recipe has a little bit of prep with the saute. Some recipes you do want to saute, because sauteing will add that flavor. For instance, if you do like a pot roast, you want to go ahead and sear that on the outside, because that's going to build that rich flavor. You want to do that on some of these recipes. And of course on the onions, we're cooking these down because not only are we getting these nice and translucent, but we're also getting all that nice liquid from the onions. So that's going to add to the moisture in here and help make everything really nice and juicy. So those are looking pretty good. So I'm going to just go ahead and transfer the meat in here, and there is a lot of it. So I'm going to kind of scoop, making a mess. So this was a pretty big steak. You could cut this, the recipe actually calls for like 2 pounds, and this is almost 4, so it's a lot. But you want to make sure it's kind of in thin pieces, and this is how they do it, at the Chinese place. It's going to be in thin pieces, so it's really easy to eat. And a flank steak is kind of a tougher cut of meat, so the marinade also helps to tenderize that, and you cut it across the grain so it's easier to chew. You don't want to go with the grain because it's really stringy if you do. So you cut across it. Same way you would do if you were doing, say, steak fajitas, something like that. Okay, I'm making a terrible mess, but that's okay. Got plenty of time while it cooks to go ahead and clean up. Okay, so there we go. And everything all mixed together. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of wipe that up a little bit. And what we're gonna do here then, we're gonna take the lid and I'm gonna hit cancel. So it's on the sear setting, so I'm gonna cancel that. Now the lid has a silicone ring, so when you clean it, you actually can take the ring out. So we're gonna put it back in, and I'm going to pop it in all the way. Okay, so when I go to put the lid on, I go like this. It plays a little music for me. And music again. So if you see right here on the controls, we're gonna go to the beef pork setting. So I'm gonna go all the way over there, beef pork, and then if I wanted to adjust the time, I'm gonna leave it on 35. But if I wanted to change the time, I just hit time and up or down to change that. I could also delay that. I could do a custom pressure setting. We've got 16 different settings on here, but I'm just gonna go ahead and hit start. And what happens is it's gonna do this little kind of circular thing while it builds pressure. So a couple of things I wanna check, and this is my steam release valve. It's actually up a little bit, so I wanna kind of press that. This is the manual release. If it's up like this, then it will never build enough pressure. So we want to go down, and then we have a little red pressure indicator. When it comes to pressure, that's going to pop up, and it is going to lock the lid. So the lid cannot open while this is under pressure. So when this is done, we can either do a manual release here to release the steam, or you can do a natural release, which means you just let it go and just let it slowly release steam on its own. So we're gonna keep an eye on this, and I'll check back in a few minutes and let you see how we finish up. So the broccoli, I'm actually just gonna steam in the microwave, so that's super easy step. We don't wanna put the broccoli in there at the same time because it'll be mushy if it cooks that long. So I'll check back in and show you the finished product and show you how we finish it off. But I'm really excited. It smells good already, so it's gonna be great. So thanks everybody for checking in. So I'm back to show you the next step. If you ever wondered if I really like a product, chances are I have more than one. So I actually have 2 quick cookers. Thankfully, Pampered Chef gave them both to me for free through my job. So that's been a wonderful thing, and I have really enjoyed having 2. So if you ever get a chance to come to one of my pressure cooking classes, then you'll get to see both of these in action. So I'm a little spoiled, but this has been great. So I've got this, the beef is all in this one, and it smells amazing. And we started off with 35 minutes on the timer. We're down to 8. So the timer actually doesn't start counting down until the cooker comes to pressure, so that takes a few extra minutes, so you have to kind of figure that in there. But that's just passive time. That is not time that you're actually hands-on. That's just time you're waiting. So you just add a few minutes in there. The more liquid and the more food there is in the quick cooker, the longer it will take to come to pressure. So we're gonna do some rice. So that's gonna come to pressure pretty fast. So what I've done here, the great thing is the cooker comes with this really nice guide that tells you how to do all different kinds of things, how to do all different kinds of beans, grains, rice, vegetables, all different kinds of meat, and there's also some really great recipes in here too. So we're gonna do the ingredient or the instructions for the long grain white rice. So we rinsed it. We're supposed to rinse it so to kind of get some of that starch off there. So it's just a little rinsed in a little, one of my little mesh colanders. So I'm gonna pour that in there. And then about a tablespoon of oil, just to kind of help, help keep it from sticking together. A cup of water. And then all we have to do is cover it. So we're gonna put the lid on this one the same way. You wanna make sure the seal is in place. You don't want it to be out at all. You want it to be as far in as it'll go. And then it plays music for me. And there we go. Want to make sure the vent is down, the button is flat, the pressure indicator is down. So we're going to go to the white rice setting. So I just turn the knob until that lights up there. I don't know if y'all can see that. Hopefully you can. And then it's going to be 4 minutes. So once it comes to pressure, it'll go 4 minutes. And once it counts all the way down, then it actually goes to the keep warm setting. So you don't ever have to worry about the heat turning off, So we're gonna hit start and we're gonna wait for this to come to pressure. So while we do that, I'm gonna do the broccoli. So I just have some fresh broccoli florets, probably about a tablespoon of water in there and a little bit of seasoning. I just put some garlic salt in there just to keep it basic. This is our restyled micro cooker. This is a 3-quart. So the lid is vented and it has a double wall construction, so it makes it really easy to clean. So you put your lid on and then it snaps, so it's not gonna blow off in the microwave. So you do wanna watch the things you put in the microwave, but this, this helps keep you from making a mess. It's gonna keep that steam in there, and we're just gonna pop this in there for 5 minutes. So it couldn't be easier. So that's just fresh broccoli, just rinsed and trimmed. Okay, so here's my little secret ingredient. We wanna do some toasted sesame seeds because this is delicious over all of your kind of Asian dishes. So we're just plain sesame seed. The store brand is fine. And I have this is my little 8-inch fry pan. And I love this little thing. Our nonstick cookware is a dream to clean up. It's even dishwasher safe. The handles are actually removable. So I can even take those handles off so they store great. And we're just gonna pop this. This has been preheating on medium heat. And then I'm just gonna pour some, just enough to cover the bottom. It really doesn't take a lot of the sesame seeds. And I can't get them open, they're new. So we're going to just toast those. We just want them to get kind of light brown. And you'll smell them when they start to toast. So just kind of cover the bottom, just like that, and just kind of let them go. Keep an eye on them and stir them every once in a while. And that's all we have to do. So with the beef recipe, we're going to stir in a little bit of warm water and cornstarch to kind of thicken all that up. And we're just gonna wait on the rice. So you'll see as long as this is going around, it's coming to pressure. Once it does come to pressure, this is gonna pop up. So we're getting close to the finished product on the beef recipe. So it's all smelling delicious, and we're about 5 minutes away from everything all being done together. So I'll just pop back on in just a minute really quick just so you can see the finished product. I am going to post the recipe on my Facebook group. So go to mealplanningwithmarsha.com and you can get that recipe and try it yourself. If you love the idea of a quick cooker, you need to talk to me about how to get yours for free or for half price or for 60% off, because this is a really, really wonderful tool to help feed your family. Pressure cooking helps you to get things on the table that you normally would only attempt on a weekend when you've got plenty of time, but you can do wonderful things like pot roast and ribs and if you meal prep, this is the way to go. You can get everything done a lot faster, and because it is cooking faster, you retain more of the nutrients. It's really great. Of course, you know, it's a big trend in all kinds of cooking. If you get on Pinterest, if you go to all the different department stores, you're gonna see a lot of different things. You'll see pressure cooker cookbooks and all different lines and brands of pressure cookers. But let me tell you what I love about these pressure cookers. The steam release is far away from the button, so my fingers are never near it. When I do press it, the steam comes this way, so when I'm standing in front of it like I normally would be, the steam is going away from me. I can actually grab it, the handles are down low, so I can actually pick it up and move it around if I need to. It stays cool to the touch. I can touch it everywhere except the little red button. So red means it's hot, don't touch the red. But I feel really confident. It was super easy to use right out of the box, so if you've had a pressure cooker before or you're a little nervous about it, these are so approachable, so easy to use, and such a great price through our host program. So it's really, really one of those things you want Santa to bring you, for sure. So I am going to, you may be able to see, oh, did you see the little button popped up here? So that means our rice has come to pressure, and it's gonna start counting down here in just a second. So it's still coming to pressure, but it's almost there. So, like I said, you're gonna love these. The cooker is great. You may be like me and decide you have to have two. You can also use it as a slow cooker. You can put it on the delay setting, so if you wanted to do maybe something like steel cut oatmeal and have it ready for breakfast, you can actually set it and have it come on later. So there's just all kinds of possibilities to get a great meal on the table. You will absolutely love it, I promise. It's one of the best things. I can't believe I haven't had this before now. Okay, so did you hear that it's actually, let's see, we're beeping? Yep, okay, so we're at 0 on this one, and it went right over to the warming setting. So if you want to do a natural release, you just leave it alone. If you want to do a manual release, you press right here. And so, see, all the steam is going that way. It's way far away from my fingers. And the lid absolutely will not come off while it's under pressure. So, that steam release, that indicator is still up, so that means it's still under pressure. There's no way to get the lid off until all the steam is gone. So we're gonna wait. Let me pop those on. Those are nice and brown. They look good. Got a lot of stuff going on all at once. So you see it's getting less and less. So almost done. And see the indicator, the keep warm setting will start counting up. So you know exactly how long ago that the time went off. So almost done, still got a little bit of steam left. Of course you want to try to keep it away from your cabinets, and you don't want to release the steam up against your wall. So if you can, try to get it, you know, in the center of a room. If you don't have an island or something in the center away from a wall, you can always move it, because like I said, it's easy to pick it up and move it. You can always move it away. It's not gonna burn you to pick it up or touch it or move it around. So you can just be careful and just pick it up by the handles. And like I said, the whole thing is cool to the touch. Well, it's warm, but it's not hot. And then you just don't want to touch that. The one little red thing, which I've learned is the only hot part on this. And I learned I had a little round burn mark, but that's where I should keep my fingers away from it. Okay, so you can see there's just a little bit of steam left. And then once it's all gone, the pressure indicator will pop back down. Let's see. Sometimes I have to kind of flip it. There it goes. And so we're gonna hit cancel, and then here we go. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. Okay, so I'm gonna move you closer so you can see. So, oh, sorry, I have a little light on there. So that is how the beef is looking. So the moment we have anxiously awaited, this is the final product on the beef and broccoli recipe. So I actually did my rice in my second quick cooker. So it came out perfectly. It took probably about 10 minutes to come to pressure, 4 minutes to cook. So you could also you could just do it in the microwave as well. So I wanted to do my broccoli in here, so I just kind of pulled out my second quick cooker. So that is up to you. You can cook your broccoli ahead of time, cook your rice ahead of time. I'm just gonna I did some extra broccoli because we really like broccoli. So look how pretty and bright green that is. That's 5 minutes and about a tablespoon of water. That's all you have to do. That's on the microwave in this little micro cooker. And then we're going to just stir all that in. I added some cornstarch to thicken the sauce a little bit, so it looks amazing. I don't know if y'all can see how pretty that is. So we're gonna do our fresh rice, and everything smells good. It's good. We've got a ton of food, so we're gonna have some really good leftovers for tomorrow or the next day. So we're gonna put our beef and broccoli there, and this is my favorite part. The little toasted sesame seeds, delicious. They really add a lot of flavor. So this is our finished recipe. It's smelling good. I can't wait to eat it. My kids are kind of hovering around waiting for dinner. So we're gonna go eat, but I hope y'all have enjoyed the recipe, and be sure and check out my Facebook page, and I'll put it there. Thanks.